Our next guest on TBC this morning is somebody who is inspiring everybody. She is technically a pediatrician based in Hyderabad, but what she does outside of her clinic hours is what has really garnered much love and attention. She goes door to door teaching people how to provide first aid, including the critical CPR. CPR that can be sometimes the changer, the game changer between life and death. So joining us now is Dr. Sivaranjani. Good morning, ma'am. Thanks so much for being with us on the program today. Firstly, I want to understand from you, we've been reading so much about your work, looking at your videos as well, and felt so inspired. I want to understand what propelled you to do such a selfless job in the first place. A lot of doctors would just like to stick to their practice and go back home then.
So I had this experience where my intern saved my life when I was choking on a gooseberry seed at some point during my training in JIPMA.
Oh.
And maybe subconsciously that acted on me. And I'm first a mother and then a pediatrician. And I feel every parent needs to be empowered with the right knowledge about first aid and CPR. 6 out of 10 deaths can be prevented by just giving the right first aid at the right time. So this is what inspired me, and at the beginning it was very tough to make parents understand the importance and relevance of first aid and CPR, but now parents, schools, parents from other states, schools from other states, even doctors from other states are asking me to take first aid and CPR sessions in their respective institutions.
Right. Ma'am, but tell us, what do you think apart from CPR are some of the several trainings that one can be done? In fact, as we speak to you, we'd love to play out a video also for people to see how exactly CPR is given. The point of doing this entire interview is to also educate them and let them know the importance of it. But take us through, in your regular, everyday practice, what is the most urgent need mostly focus of you?
So one is CPR, most definitely, and you all are aware of it, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. When a person's heart stops beating, we get it going. Okay. The second thing is choking. Choking is the single most common cause for accidental death in toddlers. So every parent needs to be equipped with the first aid for choking. And seizures are so common between 6 months and 6 years, and if they are handled in the wrong way, it will be like pushing the child towards death. So the parent needs to be equipped with the right first aid for seizures. And the other thing is 1/3 of the deaths in India in the under 5 age group, 1/3 of the deaths are due to diarrhea. Diarrhea causes dehydration, and appropriate rehydration is so important to prevent these deaths. And I am working on this for the past many years. There are companies which are selling their fruit juices as ORS. They have mislabeled them as ORS and selling them in every pharmacy. You get these juices, ORSL, Rebalance with ORS. They are not ORS. WHO recommended formula is the right ORS and rightly rehydrates the children. But what's happening is these companies, after taking permission from FSSAI, have labeled their drinks in such a way that people think that they are the right ORS. These drinks have a very high sugar content and they can worsen the diarrhea. And you know diarrhea can lead to death. So most children are drinking these drinks during diarrhea, and many diabetic patients in India are drinking these drinks during diarrhea. And I've been trying to educate parents, but that's not enough. I had written to FSSAI, Health Ministry, CDSCO, and finally on April 8th, 2022, they have issued an order that These drinks should not mislabel, mislead the customers, and they should change their names. But I don't know what happened. In 3 months, the order was revoked and it has been changed to this. That is, companies with valid trademarks can continue selling their drinks with a disclaimer that they are not ORS. If you see here, and if you see here, the ORS is displayed very prominently, very prominently. But these are not ORS, and the disclaimers, who is going to read a disclaimer?
Right. So ma'am, this is a very important point, and you're right about sugar actually making your diarrhea worse, that can take away lives. So can you tell us the difference between an actual WHO verified formula of ORS versus something else? Is there something that we can watch out for when we go and buy these for our kids?
Simple. Look at the label. It will be clearly mentioned that it's WHO recommended formula ORS. That will be written on the label.
Okay.
And this permission they don't get from FSSAI. So there is no permission from FSSAI on the label. Only WHO recommended formula ORS, and whatever permission number they get from the CDSCO will be mentioned on the label. So only look for WHO recommended formula ORS.
Right. Very important point. Thanks so much for clarifying. But before I let you go, ma'am, you have a flourishing practice, like I said in the beginning. What makes you leave that and go out and educate people door to door? What really is your drive?
See, I don't leave my practice, I practice, and in fact because of my practice and because of my passion towards my work, I have lot of celebrities and lot of leaders also bringing their kids to me, and because of which my work got a better reach. Whatever said and done, they did help me. They did help me reach my work to a larger audience. Now more and more parents know that it's very important to learn first aid and CPR, and so many parents actually saved their children's lives. And there's an example where my friend saved her spouse's life when he collapsed with a heart attack and his heart stopped beating. She gave CPR and then revived her husband. There's so many examples where the parents gave CPR to their children and revived their children. So the reach. So all these celebrities are also helping me. So I am doing my practice, but at the same time I am definitely making time for my work. My vision is that the whole of India should be equipped with the right knowledge about first aid and CPR. If we achieve that, our rate of hospitalizations, the amount we have to spend in healthcare, all that will come down. So many lives can be saved.
Indeed.
This has to be a movement at the national level.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for everything that you're doing. And you're absolutely right. This is the kind of stuff that should be taught in schools. This is what everybody should know how to handle in their lives as well. Thanks so much for joining us and doing everything that you've been doing as well.